Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day. Today I am joined by Cami, my great client and friend. We are going to be discussing today her journey with HealthNU, and we're super excited to be chatting with you. So Cami, thank you very much for taking the time to join us. I appreciate you.
Thanks for asking me to join.
Yeah, of course. Super happy to have you on. You've done really well with us, so I just thought I'd get your experience and we can share that with everyone else. So first of all, just please tell us a little about like who you are and where you're at today.
Okay. So, like you said, my name is Cami. I started my journey with Shaun and the Health and You community about almost 2 years ago now. At the time, I had worked as a registered nurse for about 2.5 years and was trying to get in shape on my own, but finding like lots of mental blocks, lots of physical blocks, and especially with my schedule and my work demands. It just felt like I wasn't really moving forward and I just kept piling on the weight. So I finally pulled the trigger, talked to Shaun, and then got started on my journey and never looked back.
Amazing. So before you started, like where were you at in your fitness journey yourself, and like where were you finding yourself stuck, I guess?
So I had gotten in shape on my own before, like through caloric deficit and like multiple different types of workouts, whether like circuit training or strength training. I usually just like followed random accounts on Instagram or even on Facebook. I had joined like different workout apps, and I found that I would always like lose a desirable amount of weight, but then I would plateau, and that was kind of like the cycle for the last, I would say, 10 years or so, where like, yes, I would lose weight, but when I wanted to progress further, I just kind of like stayed there and then would get discouraged and then would start eating like crap again, would get busy with life and let other things come in the way. So then I would pile on the weight again, and it was just kind of like an up and down battle. And then once I became a full-time like registered nurse, there's lots of temptation at the hospital, lots of treats from families, from the hospital itself. The break room is my hellhole, I would say. There's always donuts, cookies, muffins. There's always pizza parties and McDonald's. And with the stressors of the job, you kind of always find yourself like rewarding yourself in a way with food. So then I really piled on the weight, and I think I hit like my highest weight ever. I think I was about 190 pounds when I started with you. And I was working out and I was putting in the work at the gym, but I was seeing like little to no results. Like I was just going for the sake of going. And then I was following a friend who had already joined the Health and You community before, and I saw her results and I was like, whoa, this is like really fast. Like, what did you do? Like, what's your trick?
Yeah.
Tell me all your secrets. And she said, well, like, no pressure at all. Like, this is who's training me. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he puts up like great content. It might help you like along the way, even if you don't join, so on and so forth. So I followed you on Instagram, and I started seeing like your little clips here and there, but I was like, nah, I can't afford this. Like, never in a million years. I'm trying to get married. I have a ton of student debt. Like, there's just no way. And then I still wasn't seeing results. So I was like, okay, like, let me talk to her again, because she's a single mom of 2 kids. Like, if she can afford it, I should be able to afford it. Like, there's something that I have to like look at. So I looked at my spending habits and realized that I was spending a shit ton of money on food and Starbucks and things that I didn't necessarily need, to make a little bit of room for like training. And then when I spoke to you, we talked about a plan. You were pretty reasonable about your pricing, and I just went for it, and here we are.
Amazing. Cool. So can you walk us a little bit through like what kind of physical results have you noticed since joining with us?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm more toned than I've ever been. Like, aside from just losing weight, because I feel like in the past I just lost weight. Like, I was just lean. Like I didn't have muscle, I didn't have definition, I didn't really like I'd look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, yeah, like I lost weight, like I look a little skinny, but that was it. Like I would lose my butt and like just like my arms were like like still kind of floppy, you know. Whereas like now when I have a ton of like pictures that I can talk about, but anyways, like when I look at like pictures of me back then when I had lost a considerable amount of weight versus now, like I actually have like a waist and like I have like abs coming in and like I've kept my butt, but like it's not, you know what I mean? Like I have like a bicep, like I can flex and it shows that I'm pushing weight. And my legs, like I think like one of my biggest insecurities for like ever has been my legs, just because like I'm really like top heavy, and then my calves just like have like no definition whatsoever, so I kind of almost had like cankles my whole life. But now like I actually have like a defined quad and like my calves are coming in and like I actually look like I work out, and people comment on it all the time. They're like, wow, you look great, like what are you doing? And I'm like, well, there's this coach. So yeah, like you can see the difference between like just losing weight versus like losing weight but also building muscle appropriately. And I think the biggest thing of all is I have yet to injure myself. Like I have had like little hiccups here and there where like my back will be sore, but not significant enough to put me out, maybe like just a couple of days of rest. But yeah, I've been like my form is different, the way I lift is different, the amount of weight I can push is significantly different. Like there's like weights that I do that I'm like, Cami 2 years ago would never.
I know, it's really cool. And a lot of people, like you said, like they go to the gym for years and they kind of just spin their wheels and they are working hard, but they're just not necessarily seeing that results, right? And like when you just said you were 190 pounds, I'm like, you've lost like 40 to 50 pounds. Like when you quantify it like that, plus you built muscle. So your body has totally changed, obviously, and your hard work has paid off. So I'm really pumped to hear that. What would you say is like, before you joined, like what were like your like top 2 or 3 biggest struggles? Thank you.
Probably consistency, as it is for like I think almost anybody, especially with like my schedule. Like I said, like I'm still finding the balance. Like there's days where I'm like, I still don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I'm trying. Just staying consistent, and honestly the nutrition aspect of it, because I think I fell into the same trap that everybody does, where like you're 100% all week and you're so good, and then the weekend comes and you're out, you know, having 5,000 calories in 2 sittings and drinking and so on and so forth, and just like not picking like the best food choices even when you're like in a caloric deficit. I found that I was like hyper focused on like the calories themselves and not so much like the quality of the food, which was leading to like bloating or like just like feeling, you know, crummy in general.
Totally.
I wasn't actually getting like decent energy. It was just like to fulfill me in the moment and then just like move along.
Totally.
So yeah, nutrition and consistency, which is something that I'm still battling, but I think I've gotten significantly better at.
You definitely have. And what would you say, like, how were you able to overcome that, and like what parts of the coaching program specifically helped you overcome those struggles?
Well, having someone that you have to like check in with and answer to has like maintained like that consistency and nutritional aspect, because like in the back of my head it's like, well, like I'm gonna have to like check in with Shaun or with whoever, and like they're gonna be like, well, why didn't you follow through this week, like what's going on? And then you have to like explain yourself, which is like not the greatest feeling, I guess. So having someone like hold you accountable, but I think like at the same time, like I don't think this happens with everybody, and I'm sure that this is a big obstacle for a lot of women, but I do have a partner that is very like fitness inclined, health inclined. Like he has always been extremely consistent, and like he's just like very health focused. Like he's always put like nutrition like top priority, even if he's not hitting the gym. Like I learned a lot from him, and having like being around that environment helps, because if I was dating a bum that just like drinks all day and eats McDonald's all night, like I probably would struggle a little bit more, especially because like I said, there's times where like I come home from work and I'm like, I'm wiped, like there's no way I can make the gym today, and he's right there being like, I'm going and you're coming with me, I'm not going alone, let's go.
Yeah.
And like he like pushes me. But yeah, I think both at home and within the community I've had someone holding me accountable, so I don't
Amazing.
fall back.
Yeah, I think that accountability piece is huge, because you can easily find a meal plan online, training program online. Having somebody that you're answering to, and also just like investing in yourself, is like that extra layer of accountability that makes people stick with it. So I totally agree. What would you say, like, how is life different for you now after going through our program? Like you said, you've been here about 2 years. Like, how is life different for you now?
I would say that like I just feel better in general. Like
Yeah.
I mean, being in a caloric deficit can catch up to you eventually, and like you said in one of your posts, like it's not a sustainable lifestyle, and I don't plan on like just eating 1,700 calories, 1,900 calories for the rest of my life. But at the same time, I've had like, I don't know, just like the sharpness in my head, like my mind when I'm going to work. I'm able to pull through a night shift without feeling as sluggish.
Totally.
I definitely have better strength to handle different body weights with patients, because you know, even though I do mostly deal with kids, like we do also have teenagers, and there's some large teenagers that require lots of assistance, and like I know what the proper body mechanics would be to like try and not injure myself. And then on top of that, like I think my gut has healed the most, because like
Yeah. Good.
even when I deviate from the plan and I don't eat healthy, my body like quickly reminds me, and it's like a nice like way to
Keep in check.
reset and go back to eating the way I should be eating, instead of just like indulging all the time. And I quit drinking. Honestly, drinking, I think once you start eating healthier and your body starts to get used to a healthy lifestyle, drinking just becomes
Just not as
nightmare.
attractive. Yeah. Totally.
So yeah, I mean, I'll have a drink here and there for whatever the occasion may be, but like I'm not, I don't
Then-
really find fulfillment or like
Enjoyment
I
in
don't
it.
really want to drink anymore. Like my wedding's coming up, and like I'm dreading people being like shot, because it's not gonna happen.
That's good. Yeah, I find a lot of people going through our program definitely like either cut back drinking a ton or completely eliminate it. I think it's just one of the best things you could do for your health, for sure. What would you say, you know, having gone through the program now for 2 years, gone through an awesome transformation, like what would you say has been your favorite part about us working together?
I think like just the community that you've built. There's some really strong women in the group chats that like share their day-to-day like experiences, and it's nice to be able to connect on like a more human level, and like have the encouragement of knowing that like there's also people that fall, and there's also people that have like bad days, and there's also people that cheat when they don't want to, and the whole point is like just getting back up and like moving on, instead of just like dwelling in that shame and then like just quitting altogether. I think like we all have a lot in common, and at the same time when we don't have something in common, it just like it kind of helps you grow and like see things from a different perspective. And then at the same time, like I feel like you're pretty approachable. Like you're not someone that's like, oh, how dare you eat that cookie?
Yeah.
Shame on you. I mean, you're tough when you need to be, but I think you've got it like pretty well balanced, where like you're just
Thank
like, you know what, like, okay, you had the cookie, so what? Let's just, you know, hit the next few days, like finish strong or whatever. Instead of just being like, well, like this is why you're not losing weight. Like this is why you're gonna be stuck in this forever.
Yeah, it's not helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And for somebody who's watching this who might be struggling on their own, like what's one thing that they should do today to get started on their own journey that's been helpful for you?
Um, honestly, like, I think you just have to like flip that mind switch. Like, I don't think there's like a fancier way of saying it. Like, you just have to make the decision and you just have to follow through with it. And at the same time, like, it helps me to know that like I'm paying for this. Like, this is coming out of my hard working hours, and I work pretty damn hard. So it's not like I'm just like sitting around like doing nothing to get my paycheck. Like,
You're working.
I'm sweating and I'm dealing with a lot of emotional, mental, and physical demands. So like, I better be getting my money's worth. Otherwise, like,
Absolutely.
the only person I'm fooling is myself. Because
100%.
at the end of the day, like, yeah.
Totally.
I mean, it's
I
harsh,
love that.
but that's
No,
that's
it's true.
just
Like
how it
a lot of
is.
people, like, there's a great saying. It's like those who pay attention. You know, like if you weren't investing a considerable amount of money, like you probably wouldn't take it as serious, and definitely not for as long as you have. You know, it's a very good motivator because, like you said, you do work hard for your money. So I love that. In terms of like, if somebody was thinking about joining this coaching program and they've been on the fence and maybe they're like, oh, you know, money, or it's not the right time or whatever, what's one thing that you would say to them if somebody was on the fence about joining?
I think that, I mean, it's a cliche, but life's too short. Like, you're never guaranteed the next day. And also, like, it's never going to be the perfect time. Like, when I joined you, my mom had just gotten diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. I had to put off wedding planning. I wasn't having a great time. Like, work was going through a crazy transition. My hours were getting either bumped up too much or cut back down. I wasn't getting vacation, so I wasn't getting any like rest. I honestly cannot think of a time in anyone's life where things are going to line up perfectly and you're going to be in the perfect situation to make a decision for yourself. And at the same time, like, if you're going through a rough time, I feel like having a better lifestyle and making better lifestyle choices is going to help you get through those tough moments. Because if you're going through a hard time and things aren't lining up the way that you wish that they would, then you know, eating unhealthy and not moving your body or exercising is just going to dig a deeper hole, and you're probably going to end up depressed or gain a bunch of weight and then feel really low self-esteem, which is just going to add to the pile. And then in terms of money, like, just like I said before, like, take a step back and like go through your spending and like truly see what you're spending your money on. Because if it's like new shoes every paycheck and a new wardrobe outfit and then a ton of Starbucks every day, then I feel like yeah, it adds up. And like at the end of the day, I feel like the pricing with you're pretty reasonable about, like, if you can't pay it all at once, you can split it monthly. Like, there's lots of ways to get around it. And I feel like you're pretty open and like honest about listening to people and seeing where they're at, because in today's economy, I think we're all struggling. So
100%. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Cami. I appreciate you taking the time to hop on here. You've gone through an amazing transformation. I'm super excited to see the work that we can do together from here. Again, thanks a lot for doing this. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day, and talk to you soon.
Thanks. Me too.
Bye, everyone.